of toasted baking bread drifts out into the cooling shed. He sits alone and reads the page while turning down the birdcage cage. She loved to keep the kitchen warm before the sky turned gray and storm. He still can trace her shadow on the floor where she would pause to lock the pantry door. The apron hangs behind the wooden chair with tiny threads of silver in her hair. They shared a lifetime by the garden gate until the evening knocking told too late. A photograph in leather frame, he whispers softly to her name. The tea is poured into the cup. He drinks it down and looks right up at skies that used to hold them both beneath the heavy woolen cloth. He feels her finger touching on his sleeve before he lets the quiet kitchen leave. The apron hangs behind the wooden chair with tiny threads of silver in her hair. They shared a lifetime by the garden gate until the evening knocking told too late. Seasons turn from gold to freezing snow. There are some things the heart is slow to know. He keeps the embers glowing in the grate to catch the warmth before it gets too late. The chimney smoke ascends into the grate. He puts the reading glasses down to pray. Another night without her by his side, with only memory to be his guide. A silver spoon rests by the teacup rim. I polished it once when the light was dim. You bought it for pennies on rainy days before we learned how to walk separate ways. I still keep the sugar bowl filled to the brim, though nobody drinks at at this table with him. Decades dissolve like a lump in the cup. I never knew how to quietly give it up. Your coat hangs behind the kitchen door while I count the boards on the lonely floor. The afternoon sun finds the nickel plate. We argue gently about staying out late. Such foolish disputes over nothing at all. Now shadows stretch long up the wallpaper wall. I lift up the spoon and I trace out the bowl. A tiny detail taking over my soul. Decades dissolve like a lump in the cup. I never knew how to quietly give it up. Your coat hangs behind the kitchen door while I count the boards on the lonely floor. Time does not heal or mend what is torn. It only preserves the day you were gone. The brass kettle whistles a tune from the past, too heavy to hold and too tender to last. I wash up the teacup and put it away. The silver spoon waits for another long day. I turn off the lamp and I walk up the stairs and leave the dark room to the ghosts of our chairs. The weight of the chair on the hardwood floor leaves a dent that will stay when you walk through that door. You are folding your sweaters into twine and string, convinced that the distance is a merciful thing. I see you crying by the frosted glass, believing this heartbreak is all you will pass. 30 years later, the dust settles clean, and I look back at you through a time in between. We survived every winter that threatened to break, every promise we shattered, and oath we could not take. Your letters are buried in a coffee tin, written to somebody you used to have been. You underline sentences in purple ink, afraid of the future more than you think. I see you crying by the frosted glass, is all you will pass. 30 years later, the dust settles clean, and I look back at you through a time in between. We survived every winter that threatened to break, every promise we shattered, and oath we could not take. Put down the pen and blow out the light. There is nothing to fix in the middle of night. The boy that you lost was just learning to stand, with a ticket to nowhere inside of his hand. I forgive every tear that you wept on the page. We finally made it out of that cage. Take off your coat and sit by the heat. The journey is over and rest is complete. Milk bottles clinking on the curb, wake up the houses on the avenue. I hear your footsteps on the stair, just like we used to do. Old friends remember how to wait beside the peeling painted gate. We watched the diner, neon burn out low, and let the quiet take the things we know. No blame was spoken when you packed your case. Time simply moved us to another place. The corner bakery smells of yeast, just as it did 40 years ago. You pull your wool coat tight against the chill and walk a little slow. I still save half a cup of tea for when you drop by unexpectedly. We watch the diner, neon burn out low, and let the quiet take the things we know. No blame was spoken when you packed your case. Time simply moved us to another place. Remember dancing in the basement hall before the shadows stretched against the wall. We lost the spark but kept the steady flame, and neither one of us is left to blame. The milkman leaves the porch light burning bright I wish you peace tonight. We walked the long road till the stars grew dim, and left the past to take care of him. The amber glow spilled soft across the tile. We sat two strangers waiting for the rain. You turned your silver spoon around a while and asked me if I ever missed the train. The clock upon the wall was ticking slow, with nowhere else on earth for us to go. You poured the tea into a porcelain cup. We spoke of heavy things without a tear. The damp November wind was stirring up a story we had kept from year to year. Your coat was worn and faded at the seam. Mine had a button missing on the cuff. We shared a quiet moment like a dream, before the bitter world could call our bluff. The waiter brought the check and laid it down upon the quiet corner of the town. You poured the tea into a porcelain cup. We spoke of heavy things without a tear. The damp November wind was stirring up a story we had kept from year to year. We never asked for names or where we grew. We simply let the passing shadows speak. A fleeting grace that felt entirely true, before the morning found us by the creek. The amber light has faded from the door. I walk alone and leave the past behind. I keep the words you spoke upon the floor. The finest stranger that I failed to find. You said yesterday the kitchen clock was fast by 4 whole minutes that we couldn't keep. I left the sugar spoon inside the glass and watched the dust settle on the dusty street. Now the tea is dark and the pot is cold. Every little detail is a story told. Your heavy coat remains upon the wooden chair. The grocery list in pencil sitting on the shelf. I turn the corner expecting you right there, forgetting I must walk the afternoon myself. The corner grocery changed its yellow sign. I still reached out to hold your woolen sleeve. The neighbor pruned the branches of the pine and left the fallen needles there to grieve. Now the tea is dark and the pot is cold. Every little detail is a story told. Your heavy coat remains upon the wooden chair. The grocery list in pencil sitting on the shelf. I turned the corner expecting you right there, forgetting I must walk the afternoon myself. The 4 spare minutes that you pointed out are ticking softly in an empty hall, without a single word of blame or doubt. I listen to the silence growing tall. I shut the window against the evening breeze and fold the letter that you never read. I turn the lock with trembling hands and keys, then go to sleep alone in our big bed. A sudden thought cuts through the quiet room, like silver scissors through a heavy shroud. I wonder if you still prefer the gloom, or if you found a circle in the crowd. The mantel clock is ticking far too slow. Dust motes are dancing in a slant of sun. I trace the path we used to pace and go before the unraveling had begun. An empty coat hangs heavy by the door. Your parting words still linger on the floor. The teacup sits untouched upon the tray, since you walked down the gravel path away. The neighborhood is settling for the night. A stray dog barks across the paved ravine. I turn the switch and leave the yellow does not heal the jagged edge of grief. It only teaches how to wear the scar. I turn the pages looking for relief and wonder which way leads to where you are. The bulb burns steady in the falling chill. The shadows lengthen on the windowsill. I lock the deadbolt as the street grows blind and leave the beacon burning far behind. A smell of wood smoke drifts across the gravel lane, where neighbors used to watch the children play in rain. An elderly man sits counting pigeons on a wire, remembering a winter by a dying fire. They shared a single cup of tea for 40 years, through heavy silences and unrecorded tears. He left his hat upon the wooden garden bench, while she packed china boxes in the quiet trench. No bitter words were spoken as the taxi came, just autumn leaves that whispered out an ancient name. She takes the bus that runs toward the river town and watches window glass reflect her cotton gown. Her wedding ring is heavy in her pocket now, a golden circle missing its familiar vow. He walks the empty kitchen where the kettle stayed, and touches every furrow that the years had made. He left his hat upon the wooden garden bench, while she packed china boxes in the quiet trench. No bitter words were spoken as the taxi came, just autumn leaves that whispered out an ancient name. The distance grows with every turn the engine makes, as twilight settles softly on the frozen lakes. Two separate lives now travel down a different track, with no intention left ever look back. The chimney smoke dissolves against the heavy gray, as evening steals the final piece of light away. He closes up the door and turns the rusted key, while miles of empty pavement separate the sea. copper button sits inside the sugar bowl, forgotten since the Sunday you packed your trunk. I trace the rim where porcelain meets the air, and wonder how a house can empty out so fast. The curtains still remember how to catch the light, while I am learning how to share a room with time. I stir the bitter coffee with a silver spoon and talk to empty chairs about the afternoon. The silence has a heavy way of taking space since yesterday erased the smile upon your face. Your heavy winter coat still hangs behind the door, its pockets full of tickets we forgot to use. I brush the fabric softly as I pass the hall and listen for the boots that never hit the floor. The radio is playing songs we used to know before the driveway gravel told me you must go. I stir the bitter coffee with a silver spoon and talk to empty chairs about the afternoon. The silence has a heavy way of taking space since yesterday erased the smile upon your face. I leave the lamp unlit to watch the shadows fade and count the little promises we broke and made. The sugar melts beneath the spoon without a sound and leaves me sitting in the quiet you left behind. A rough gray wool beneath my trembling hand, a coat you wore when autumn lost its name. The stitching holds a shape I understand, though years have turned and nothing stays the same. I trace the thread that held us side by side before the silent parting took the floor. Old fabric keeps the chill away in vain when quiet rooms are haunted by your coat. A heavy winter presses at the pane and leaves a lump of longing in my throat. We sat beside the heater on the floor and shared a thermos filled with barley tea. You left this pocket hanging near the door, a tiny piece of what you used to be. stretch across the wooden floor. Old fabric keeps the chill away in vain. When quiet rooms are haunted by your coat, a heavy winter presses at the pane and leaves a lump of longing in my throat. Some days I think I hear your footsteps near, the floorboards creaking softly in the hall. I turn around to find the silence clear, and just your shadow standing on the wall. I fold the coat and place it on the chair, and turn the lamp down low against the night. The empty room still holds you resting there, until the morning brings its honest light. A sudden clatter broke the early quiet down below. The milkman dropped a glass upon the pavement in the cold, and you turned in your sleep, my dear old friend of 40 years, while shadows trace the wrinkles where we hide our quiet tears. We used to talk of futures built on copper and on stone. Now evenings find us sitting here so carefully alone. Remember how we laughed away the bitter winter chill, before the years had taught us how to bend against our will. You held the photographs while I was losing track of time, and neither of us noticed how the bells began to chime. The tea is cooling slowly in the cups of chipped blue clay. We spend our hours measuring what we forgot to say. Your coat hangs by the doorway with the heavy woolen sleeve, a witness to the promises we never had to leave. The street lamp flickers once before the morning takes the gray, and we remain to watch another Sunday drift away. Remember how we laughed away the bitter winter chill, before the years had taught us how to bend against our will. You held the photographs while I was losing track of time, and neither of us noticed how the bells began to chime. It hurts to love the ghosts of what we used to understand, to watch the sand slip softly through a trembling aged hand. So pour another cup and let the morning settle in. We still have each other and the stories left to spin. hold us as the light begins to grow. And that is all the comfort that an aging heart should know.
Stray thought cuts right through the quiet room. A ticking clock dividing yesterday from June. I see your coat still hanging on the wooden nail. Unanswered letters resting in a dusty mail. The coffee pot is cold upon the iron ring. We used to talk about the places we would claim before the roads diverged beneath the falling rain. An empty chair remains beside the window pane. We traded quiet warmth for distance and a train. The station whistle blew across the fading light, and shadows stretched into a long and lonely night. The teacup sits right where you left it down, across the river in this sleepy harbor town. The evening newspaper is folded on the floor, with no one left to answer at the heavy door. The photograph is fading in its plastic frame. I whispered softly just to hear myself speak name, before the darkness took the color from the wall. An empty chair remains beside the window pane. We traded quiet warmth for distance and a train. The station whistle blew across the fading light, and shadows stretched into a long and lonely night. The porch board creaks as if your step is drawing near. I turn around to find the hallway empty, clear. The memory of your voice is all that lingers here. The fireplace has turned to ash upon the hearth. I fold the map and put away the measured chart. The room grows dark and I must close my heavy eyes to leave the ghost beneath the quiet autumn skies.
does the teacup leave a ring of brown upon the pine? Just like the day you packed your canvas bag in '99. My wandering hand reaches across the empty patch of floor where afternoon used to slide gently underneath the door. I think about the woolen scarf I left upon your train, and whether snow in Baltimore still feels so soft and plain. Old photographs curl softly at the edge of rusted frames, while quiet hallways whisper back forgotten family names. We traded heavy promises for distances and gray, and let the tide wash every shared footprint clean away. The radio plays melodies we whistled in the car before the map of our two lives had stretched out quite so far. A sudden memory climbs up the trellis of the stair and makes me wonder how I ever learned to live out there. The clock upon the mantelpiece repeats a steady chime that measures out the quiet spaces left behind by time. Old photographs curl softly at the edge of rusted frames, while quiet hallways whisper back forgotten family names. We traded heavy promises for distances and gray, and let the tide wash every shared footprint clean away. Sometimes a passing stranger wears the coat you used to tie, and for a second half a heartbeat stops beneath the sky. I turn to tell you something funny about the weather vane, then watch the empty sidewalk catch another drop of rain. The kettle starts to whistle softly on the iron stove for just the one remaining person living in this grove. I pour a single cup and watch the evening shadows fade and leave behind the bed of thorns that we together made. The color of the light upon your sleeve reminds me of a train I didn't take. The station bench is cold enough to ache before the porter forced us all to leave. You ordered black coffee and stirred it twice, with fingers shaking just like mine. We never crossed the painted line. We paid the heavy toll in ice. Stranger in the vinyl booth across the floor. We carry heavy coats we wore before. The autumn wind rattling the iron frame, and neither one of us remembers names. Your suitcase has a dusty leather tag from cities where the factories have died. Mine holds a folded paper from inside a court decree to wrap the little bag. The waitress drops a check beside the drain. She does not care about our past. She knows that stormy weather cannot last. She wants to lock the grease-stained pane. Stranger in the vinyl booth across the floor. We carry heavy coats we wore before. The autumn wind is rattling the iron frame, and neither one of us remembers names. 10 minutes till the final bus pulls out into the blinding glare of Route 12 South. We have no questions left to ask aloud, just silence holding secrets in a crowd. The engine coughs and fills the dark with smoke. The spell that kept us sitting here is broke. You turn your collar up against the rain, and I will never see your face again. A coarse blue tweed against my fingertips, a heavy winter coat you used to wear. I found it folded deep inside the chest, with faded ticket stubs from anywhere. The fabric holds the shape of your broad back before the autumn turned the maple black. Old wool retains the chill of 1959, when copper buttons pressed against this palm of mine. You walked away into the falling sleet and left this heavy garment on the quiet street. I trace the stitching where the thread is thin, a fraying hem from when we climbed the hill. The pocket holds a penny from the store where we would share a cherry soda pill. The heavy weave remembers how you smiled before the rushing years grew loud and wild. Old wool retains the chill of 1959, when copper buttons pressed against this palm of mine. You walked away into the falling sleet and left this heavy garment on the quiet street. I put my arms inside the empty sleeves and feel the ghost of every word we said. The closet door stays open in the dark long after every lingering light is dead. The heavy coat hangs empty on the wall, while shadows stretch across the parlor floor. I touch the woolen fabric one last time and softly turn the iron-handled door. A glowing digit reads 3:11. The empty armchair waits right beside me. I pour one cup of tea instead of two and wonder if the rain is falling on you. Decades slip away like pages torn from a book. We never had the chance to take that final look. I see us sitting on a porch in Tennessee, when every single leaf has fallen from the tree. You laugh and pull a tartan blanket to your chin before the freezing winter settles softly in. The calendar still hangs upon the kitchen wall, with circles drawn around the days we lost it all. A snapshot tucked inside a paperback of verse reminds me how the sudden silence felt much worse. Decades slip away like pages torn from a book. We never had the chance to take that final look. I see us sitting on a porch in Tennessee, when every single leaf has fallen from the tree. You laugh and pull a tartan blanket to your chin before the freezing winter settles softly in. Some futures only live inside a tight mind, an easy kind of ghost that I am glad to find. We never grew old together down the crowded street. Instead we share this lonely space where dreams defeat. I see us sitting on a porch in Tennessee, when every single leaf has fallen from the tree. You laugh and pull the tartan blanket to your chin before the freezing winter settles softly in. The bedside clock ticks slowly as the shadows grow. I fold the empty blanket where you used to go. A heavy broom across the concrete wakes the quiet street. We used to share a thermos while we watched the fog retreat. You packed your heavy suitcase with the leather corner frayed and left me with the promises we slowly saw cascade. My old friend, the photograph is curling at the hem. We thought the world would bend for us, but time had other plans for them. You walked away when autumn turned the maples into rust. I stayed behind to sweep the porch and watch the turning dust. We traded all our certainty for distance in the end. It breaks my heart to say goodbye to such a stubborn friend. The corner store still has the bell that rings when someone calls. I bought a loaf of rye a day and walked the empty halls. I saved a seat beside the stove just like we used to do, before the winter took your hand and whispered something new. Do you remember rainy nights in 1974, when neither one of us had coin enough to lock a door? We laughed at how the ceiling leaked right over Grandma's chair. Now 30 years have drifted off and left me sitting there. The broom is back against the wall. The evening shadows fall. I hope you found a warmer place beyond that distant wall. Keep walking down your chosen road, wherever it may tend. I'll keep the porch light burning low for you, my dearest friend.
A stray idea breaks the quiet room, a phantom footprint on the braided rug. He used to sweep the floor with cedar brooms and pour the cider in a heavy mug. The wireless radio still hums a tune, a brass antenna tilted toward the west. We watch the shadows stretch beneath the moon before you pack the leather of your vest. The station platform smells of cooling steel, a rusted suitcase sitting on the boards. I watch the second hand begin to peel away the time we measured in a chord. The calendar is stuck on 59, with circled dates of weddings down the lane. A pair of gloves still hanging on the line, resisting drops of slow September rain. The wireless radio still hums a tune, a brass antenna tilted toward the west. We watch the shadows stretch beneath the moon before you pack the leather of your vest. The station platform smells of cooling steel, a rusted suitcase sitting on the boards. I watch the second hand begin to peel away the time we measured in a chord. I turn the copper handle on the door, expecting coattails flapping in the draft. There is no sound of footsteps on the floor, just empty frames where we so loudly laughed. The station platform smells of cooling steel, a rusted suitcase sitting on the boards. I watch the second hand begin to peel away the time we measured in a chord. I fold the letters back into the box and slide the bolt across the heavy wood. Time lingers gently when the door is locked. We loved each other just as best we could.
A ticket stub is wedged into the wood where the varnish peeled away last fall. I touched the edge the way I never could when you were standing right beside the wall. My fingers traced the faded purple ink. The train was late, the weather turned so gray. I stare at it and take a quiet think about the words we the story to an end. The silent house receives the evening chill, and every clock is standing strictly still. The teacup has a stain across the rim where you forgot to wash it clean that night. I'd pour the water till the light grows dim and watch the steam dissolve into the white. It hurts to know how easy things can break, just like a dish slipped from an aging hand. I keep the little pieces for old sake and sweep the dust across the kitchen land. Some paths are meant to split before the bend. We packed our bags and brought the story to an end. The silent house receives the evening chill, and every clock is standing strictly still. I wonder if you kept that winter coat or dropped it at a charity downtown. I never learned to write a proper note to keep our little ship from going down. The ticket stays right where it always stayed as daylight fades into the window glass. I turn the lamp off in the evening shade and watch the final shadow gently pass. The smell of toasted baking bread drifts out into the cooling shed. He sits alone and reads the page while turning down the birdcage cage. She loved to keep the kitchen warm before the sky turned gray and storm. He still can trace her shadow on the floor where she would pause to lock the pantry door. The apron hangs behind the wooden chair with tiny threads of silver in her hair. They shared a lifetime by the garden gate until the evening knocking told too late. A photograph in leather frame. He whispers softly to her name. The tea is poured into the cup. He drinks it down and looks right up at skies that used to hold them both, beneath the heavy woolen cloth. He feels her finger touching on his sleeve before he lets the quiet kitchen leave. The apron hangs behind the wooden chair with tiny threads of silver in her hair. They shared a lifetime by the garden gate until the evening knocking told too late. Seasons turn from gold to freezing snow. There are some things the heart is slow to know. He keeps the embers glowing in the grate to catch the warmth before it gets too late. The chimney smoke ascends into the grate. He puts the reading glasses down to pray. Another night without her by his side, with only memory to be his guide. A silver spoon rests by the teacup rim. I polished it once when the light was dim. You bought it for pennies on rainy days before we learned how to walk separate ways. I still keep the sugar bowl filled to the brim, though nobody drinks at this table with him. Decades dissolve like a lump in the cup. I never knew how to quietly give it up. Your coat hangs behind the kitchen door while I count the boards on the lonely floor. The afternoon sun finds the nickel plate. We argue gently about staying out late. Such foolish disputes over nothing at all. Now shadows stretch long up the wallpaper wall. I lift up the spoon and I trace out the bowl, a tiny detail taking over my soul. Decades dissolve like a lump in the cup. I never knew how to quietly give it up. Your coat hangs behind the kitchen door while I count the boards on the lonely floor. Time does not heal or mend what is torn. It only preserves the day you were gone. The brass kettle whistles a tune from the past, too heavy to hold and too tender to last. I wash up the teacup and put it away. The silver spoon waits for another long day. I turn off the lamp and I walk up the stairs and leave the dark room to the ghosts of our chairs. The weight of the chair on the hardwood floor leaves a dent that will stay when you walk through that door. You are folding your sweaters into twine and string, convinced that the distance is a merciful thing. I see you crying by the frosted glass, believing this heartbreak is all you will pass. 30 years later, the dust settles clean, and I look back at you through a time in between. We survived every winter that threatened to break, every promise we shattered, and oath we could not take. Your letters are buried in a coffee tin, written to somebody you used to have been. You underline sentences in purple ink, afraid of the future more than you think. I see you crying by the frosted glass, believing this heartbreak is all you will pass. 30 years later, the dust settles clean, and I look back at you through a time in between. We survived every winter that threatened to break, every promise we shattered, and oath we could not take. Put down the pen and blow out the light. There is nothing to fix in the middle of night. The boy that you lost was just learning to stand, with a ticket to nowhere inside of his hand. I forgive every tear that you wept on the page. We finally made it out of that cage. Take off your coat and sit by the heat. The journey is over and rest is complete. roses on the avenue. I hear your footsteps on the stair, just like we used to do. Old friends remember how to wait beside the peeling painted gate. We watched the diner, neon burn out low, and let the quiet take the things we know. No blame was spoken when you packed your case. Time simply moved us to another place. The corner bakery smells of yeast, just as it did 40 years ago. You pull your wool coat tight against the chill and walk a little slow. I still save half a cup of tea for when you drop by unexpectedly. We watch the diner, neon burn out low, and let the quiet take the things we know. No blame was spoken when you packed your case. Time simply moved us to another place. Remember dancing in the basement hall before the shadows stretched against the wall. We lost the spark but kept the steady flame, and neither one of us is left to blame. The milkman leaves the porch light burning bright. My dear old friend, I wish you peace tonight. We walked the long road till the stars grew dim, and left the past to take care of him. The amber glow spilled soft across the tile. We sat two strangers waiting for the rain. You turned your silver spoon around a while and asked me if I ever missed the train. The clock upon the wall was ticking slow, with nowhere else on earth for us to go. You pour the tea into a porcelain cup. We spoke of heavy things without a tear. The damp November wind was stirring up a story we had kept from year to year. Your coat was worn and faded at the seam. Mine had a button missing on the cuff. We shared a quiet moment like a dream, Before the bitter world could call our bluff, the waiter brought the check and laid it down upon the quiet corner of the town. You pour the tea into a porcelain cup. We spoke of heavy things without a tear. The damp November wind was stirring up a story we had kept from year to year. We never asked for names or where we grew. We simply let the passing shadows speak. A fleeting grace that felt entirely true. Before the morning found us by the creek, the amber light has faded from the door. I walk alone and leave the past behind. I keep the words you spoke upon the floor. The finest stranger that I failed to find. You said yesterday the kitchen clock was fast by 4 whole minutes that we couldn't keep. I left the sugar spoon inside the glass and watched the dust settle on the dusty street. Now the tea is dark and the pot is cold. Every little detail is a story told. Your heavy coat remains upon the wooden chair. The grocery list in pencil sitting on the shelf. I turn the corner expecting you right there, forgetting I must walk the afternoon myself. The corner grocery changed its yellow sign. I still reached out to hold your woolen sleeve. The neighbor pruned the branches of the pine and left the fallen needles there to grieve. Now the tea is dark, and the pot is cold. Every little detail is a story told. Your heavy coat remains upon the wooden chair. The grocery list in pencil sitting on the shelf. I turned the corner expecting you right there, forgetting I must walk the afternoon myself. The 4 spare minutes that you pointed out are ticking softly in an empty hall, without a single word of blame or doubt. against the evening breeze and fold the letter that you never read. I turn the lock with trembling hands and keys, then go to sleep alone in our big bed. A sudden thought cuts through the quiet room like silver scissors through a heavy shroud. I wonder if you still prefer the gloom, or if you found a circle in the crowd. The mantel clock is ticking far too slow. Dust motes are dancing in a slant of sun. I trace the path we used to pace and go before the unraveling had begun. An empty coat hangs heavy by the door. Your parting words still linger on the floor. The teacup sits untouched upon the tray since you walked down the gravel path away. The neighborhood is settling for the night. A stray dog barks across the paved ravine. I turn the switch and leave the yellow light to mark a space where you had always been. Time does not heal the jagged edge of grief. It only teaches how to wear the scar. I turn the pages looking for relief and wonder which way leads to where you are. The bulb burns steady in the falling chill. The shadows lengthen on the windowsill. I lock the deadbolt as the street grows blind and leave the beacon burning far behind. A smell of wood smoke drifts across the gravel lane where neighbors used to watch the children play in rain. An elderly man sits counting pigeons on a wire, remembering a winter by a dying fire. They shared a single cup of tea for 40 years, through heavy silences and unrecorded tears. He left his hat upon the wooden garden bench while she packed china boxes in the quiet trench. No bitter words were spoken as the taxi came. whispered out an ancient name. She takes the bus that runs toward the river town and watches window glass reflect her cotton gown. Her wedding ring is heavy in her pocket now, a golden circle missing its familiar vow. He walks the empty kitchen where the kettle stayed and touches every furrow that the years had made. He left his hat upon the wooden garden bench while she packed china boxes in the quiet trench. No bitter words were spoken as the taxi came, just autumn leaves that whispered out an ancient name. The distance grows with every turn the engine makes, as twilight settles softly on the frozen lakes. Two separate lives now travel down a different track, with no intention left ever look back. The chimney smoke dissolves against the heavy gray as evening steals the final piece of light away. He closes up the door and turns the rusted key, while miles of empty pavement separate the sea. Copper button sits inside the sugar bowl, forgotten since the Sunday you packed your trunk. I trace the rim where porcelain meets the air and wonder how a house can empty out so fast. The curtains still remember how to catch the light, while I am learning how to share a room with time. I stir the bitter coffee with a silver spoon and talk to empty chairs about the afternoon. The silence has a heavy way of taking space since yesterday erased the smile upon your face. Your heavy winter coat still hangs behind the door, its pockets full of tickets we forgot to use. I brush the fabric softly as I pass the hall and listen for the boots that never hit the floor. The radio is playing songs we used to know before the driveway gravel told me you must go. I stir the bitter coffee with a silver spoon and talk to empty chairs about the afternoon. The silence has a heavy way of taking space since yesterday erased the smile upon your face. I leave the lamp unlit to watch the shadows fade and count the little promises we broke and made. The sugar melts beneath the spoon without a sound and leaves me sitting in the quiet you left behind. A rough grey wool beneath my trembling hand, a coat you wore when autumn lost its name. The stitching holds a shape I understand, though years have turned and nothing stays the same. I trace the thread that held us side by side before the silent parting took the floor. Old fabric keeps the chill away in vain when quiet rooms are haunted by your coat. A heavy winter presses at the pane and leaves a lump of longing in my throat. We sat beside the heater on the floor and shared a thermos filled with barley tea. You left this pocket hanging near the door, a tiny piece of what you used to be. I close my eyes and breathe the heavy air as shadows stretch across the wooden floor. Old fabric keeps the chill away in vain when quiet rooms are haunted by your coat. A heavy winter presses at the pane and leaves a lump of longing in my throat. Some days I think I hear your footsteps near, the floorboards creaking softly in the hall. I turn around to find the silence clear and just your shadow standing on the wall. I fold the coat and place it on the chair and turn the lamp down low against the night. The empty room still holds you resting there until the morning brings its honest light. A sudden clatter broke the early quiet down below. The milkman dropped a glass upon the pavement in the cold, and you turned in futures built on copper and on stone. Now evenings find us sitting here so carefully alone. Remember how we laughed away the bitter winter chill before the years had taught us how to bend against our will. You held the photographs while I was losing track of time, and neither of us noticed how the bells began to chime. The tea is cooling slowly in the cups of chipped blue clay. We spend our hours measuring what we forgot to say. Your coat hangs by the doorway with the heavy woolen sleeve, a witness to the promises we never had to leave. The street lamp flickers once before the morning takes the gray, and we remain to watch another Sunday drift away. Remember how we laughed away the bitter winter chill before the years had taught us how to bend against our will. You held the photographs while I was losing track of time, and neither of us noticed how the bells began to chime. It hurts to love the ghosts of what we used to understand, to watch the sand slip softly through a trembling aged hand. So pour another cup and let the morning settle in. We still have each other and the stories left to spin. The quiet room will hold us as the light begins to grow, and that is all the comfort that an aging heart should know. A stray thought cuts right through the quiet room, a ticking clock dividing yesterday from June. I see your coat still hanging on the wooden nail, unanswered letters resting in a dusty mail. The coffee pot is cold upon the iron ring. We used to talk about the places we would claim before the roads diverged beneath the falling rain. An empty chair remains beside the window pane. We traded quiet warmth for distance and a train. The station whistle blew across the fading light, and shadows stretched into a long and lonely night. The teacup sits right where you left it down. Across the river river in this sleepy harbor town. The evening newspaper is folded on the floor, with no one left to answer at the heavy door. The photograph is fading in its plastic frame. I whispered softly just to hear myself speak name, before the darkness took the color from the wall. An empty chair remains beside the window pane. We traded quiet warmth for distance and a train. The station whistle blew across the fading light, and shadows stretched into a long and lonely night. The porch board creaks as if your step is drawing near. I turn around to find the hallway empty, clear. The memory of your voice is all that lingers here. The fireplace has turned to ash upon the hearth. I fold the map and put away the measured chart. The room grows dark and I must close my heavy eyes to leave the ghost beneath the quiet autumn skies. Why does the teacup leave a ring of brown upon the pine? Just like the day you packed your canvas bag in '99. My wandering hand reaches across the empty patch of floor where afternoon used to slide gently underneath the door. Think about the woolen scarf I left upon your train, and whether snow in Baltimore still feels so soft and plain. Old photographs curl softly at the edge of rusted frames, while quiet hallways whisper back forgotten family names. We traded heavy promises for distances in gray, and let the tide wash every shared footprint clean away. The radio plays melodies we whistled in the car, before the map of our two lives had stretched out quite so far. A sudden memory climbs up the trellis of the stair and makes me wonder how I ever learned to live out there. The clock upon the mantelpiece repeats a steady chime that measures out the quiet spaces left behind by time. Old photographs curl softly at the edge of rusted frames, while quiet hallways whisper back forgotten family names. We traded heavy promises for distances and gray, and let the tide wash every shared footprint clean away. Sometimes a passing stranger wears the coat you used to tie, and for a second half a heartbeat stops beneath the sky. I turn to tell you something funny about the weather vane, then watch the empty sidewalk catch another drop of rain. The kettle starts to whistle softly on the iron stove for just the one remaining person living in this grove. I pour a single cup and watch the evening shadows fade, and leave behind the bed of thorns that we together made. The color of the light upon your sleeve reminds me of a train I didn't take. The station bench is cold enough to ache before the porter forced us all to leave. You ordered black coffee and stirred it twice, with fingers shaking just like mine. We never crossed the painted line. We paid the heavy toll in ice. Stranger in the vinyl booth across the floor. We carry heavy coats we wore before. The autumn wind is rattling the iron frame, and neither one of us remembers names. Your suitcase has a dusty leather tag from cities where the factories have died. Mine holds a folded paper from inside, a court decree to wrap the little bag. The waitress drops a check beside the drain. She does not care about our past. She knows that stormy weather cannot last. She wants to lock the grease-stained pane. Stranger in the vinyl booth across the floor. We carry heavy coats we wore before. The autumn wind is rattling the iron frame, and neither one of us remembers names. 10 minutes till the final bus pulls out into the blinding glare of Route 12 South. We have no questions left to ask aloud, just silence holding secrets in a crowd. The engine coughs and fills the dark with smoke. The spell that kept us sitting here is broke. You turn your collar up against the rain, and I will never see your face again. coarse blue tweed against my fingertips, a heavy winter coat you used to wear. I found it folded deep inside the chest, with faded ticket stubs from anywhere. The fabric holds the shape of your broad back, before the autumn turned the maple black. Old wool retains the chill of 1959, when copper buttons pressed against this palm of mine. You walked away into the falling sleet and left this heavy garment on the quiet street. I trace the stitching where the thread is thin, a fraying hem from when we climbed the hill. The pocket holds a penny from the store, where we would share a cherry soda pill. The heavy weave remembers how you smiled before the rushing years grew loud and wild. Old wool retains the chill of 1959, when copper buttons pressed against this palm of mine. You walked away into the falling sleet and left this heavy garment on the quiet street. I put my arms inside the empty sleeves and feel the ghost of every word we said. The closet door stays open in the dark, long after every lingering light is dead. The heavy coat hangs empty on the wall, while shadows stretch across the parlor floor. I touch the woolen fabric one last time and softly turn the iron-handled door. A glowing digit reads 11 past 3. The empty armchair waits right beside me. I pour one cup of tea instead of two, and wonder if the rain is falling on you. Decades slip away like pages torn from a book. We never had the chance to take that final look. I see us sitting on the porch in Tennessee, when every single leaf has fallen from the tree. You laugh and pull a tartan blanket to your chin before the freezing winter settles softly in. The calendar still hangs upon the kitchen wall, with circles drawn around the days we lost it all. A snapshot tucked inside a paperback of verse reminds me how the sudden silence felt much worse. Decades slip away like pages torn from a book. We never had the chance to take that final look. I see us sitting on a porch in Tennessee, when every single leaf has fallen from the tree. You laugh and pull a tartan blanket to your chin before the freezing winter settles softly in. Some futures only live inside a tight mind, an easy kind of ghost that I am glad to find. We never grew old together down the crowded street. Instead we share this lonely space where dreams defeat. I see us sitting on a porch in Tennessee, when every single leaf has fallen from the tree. You laugh and pull the tartan blanket to your chin before the freezing winter settles softly in. The bedside clock ticks slowly as the shadows grow. I fold the empty blanket where you used to go. A heavy broom across the concrete wakes the quiet street. We used to share a thermos while we watched the fog retreat. You packed your heavy suitcase with the leather corner frayed and left me with the promises we slowly saw cascade. My old friend, the photograph is curling at the hem. We thought the world would bend for us, but time had other plans for them. You walked away when autumn turned the maples into rust. I stayed behind to sweep the porch and watch the turning dust. We traded all our certainty for distance in the end. It breaks my heart to say goodbye to such a stubborn friend. The corner store still has the bell that rings when someone calls. I bought a loaf of rye today and walked the empty halls. I saved a seat beside the stove just like we used to do, before the winter took your hand and whispered something new. Do you remember rainy it off and left me sitting there. The broom is back against the wall. The evening shadows fall. I hope you found a warmer place beyond that distant wall. Keep walking down your chosen road, wherever it may tend. I'll keep the porch light burning low for you, my dearest friend.
A stray idea breaks the quiet room. A phantom footprint on the braided rug. He used to sweep the floor with cedar brooms and pour the cider in a heavy mug. The wireless radio still hums a tune, a brass antenna tilted toward the west. We watch the shadows stretch beneath the moon before you pack the leather of your vest. The station platform smells of cooling steel, a rusted suitcase sitting on the boards. I watch the second hand begin to peel away the time we measured in a chord. The calendar is stuck on 59 with circled dates of weddings down the lane. A pair of gloves still hanging on the line, resisting drops of slow September rain. The wireless radio still hums a tune, a brass antenna tilted toward the west. We watch the shadows stretch beneath the moon before you pack the leather of your vest. The station platform smells of cooling steel, a rusted suitcase sitting on the boards. I watch the second hand begin to peel away the time we measured in a chord. I turn the copper handle on the door, expecting coattails flapping in the draft. There is no sound of footsteps on the floor, just empty frames where we so loudly laughed. The station platform smells of cooling steel, a rusted suitcase sitting on the boards. I watch the second hand and begin to peel away the time we measured in a chord. I fold the letters back into the box and slide the bolt across the heavy wood. Time lingers gently when the door is locked. We loved each other just as best we could.
A ticket stub is wedged into the wood where the varnish peeled away last fall. I touched the edge the way I never could when you were standing right beside the wall. My fingers traced the faded purple ink. The train was late, the weather turned so gray. I stare at it and take a quiet think about the words we left so far away. Some paths are meant to split before the bend. We packed our bags and brought the story to an end. The silent house receives the evening chill, and every clock is standing strictly still. The teacup has a stain across the rim where you forgot to wash it clean that night. I'd pour the water till the light grows dim and watch the steam dissolve into the white. It hurts to know how easy things can break, just like a dish slipped from an aging hand. I keep the little pieces for old sake and sweep the dust across the kitchen land. Some paths are meant to split before the bend. We packed our bags and brought the story to an end. The silent house receives the evening chill, and every clock is standing strictly still. I wonder if you kept that winter coat or dropped it at a charity downtown. I never learned to write a proper note to keep our little ship from going down. The ticket stays right where it always stayed as daylight fades into the window glass. I turn the lamp off in the evening shade and watch the final shadow